now got 35 minutes left. Excuse me, let's go to John. Hello, John.
All right, am I on the radio?
Yes, you are.
All right, mate. Can I talk about racism, please?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Basically, I was brought up, my parents were both fairly racist growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My dad especially, there was always comments, and obviously the way I was brought up, my upbringing, I just, assumed that was the norm. So anyway, a few years ago, I went to university in Manchester. I ended up actually befriending a few people of, many races. One of my best friends was a black man. He still is one of my best friends. And basically I just realised, that's wrong. And I feel, ashamed of myself, really. I'm very upset because, it's not right that I was brought up that way, really. Do you agree?
Oh, no, that's your parents. They came from a different generation. I came from that generation.
Well, yes.
When you know better.
Well, yeah, I feel like I do know better now. I mean, you're not...
No, you know better, and I know better now. But when we were brought up from the generation I come from, which is your parents' generation, we had a different attitude. We used words that describe certain races that are now, we realise, offensive. In those days, they didn't appear to be offensive, but in fact they were.
Yes. Well, like I said, I was in university in Manchester, and, you mix in with, especially Manchester, it's a lot more multicultural than Liverpool. Well, it was a few years ago. It's catching up now, obviously, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And, well, basically, I did have a few bad experiences with one race in particular. It always seemed to be involved. Now, at first, I'd blame that race for pretty much everything, you get me? Hello?
Why did you blame that particular race?
In my time in university, 4 years, I had 3 fairly bad experiences of being robbed. They were all... this race was involved every single time, if you understand what I mean.
Well, surely it's just human beings that have robbed you. It doesn't matter what race they are, what colour, what creed they are. You had 3 bad experiences of being robbed.
Yes, but every time it was one race in particular. To this day, I still, anything to do with that race, I still feel slightly uneasy. I don't feel it's right. I know it's wrong, if you know what I mean. But still, I never abuse that race or anything. But, it's just one race in particular, and I'm definitely not a racist now, but I just can't stand the 400 metres.
James, what you want to do is, when you come on as a wind-up call, don't put it on your Facebook, because about 6 people have rung to tell us you're going to do it, and to be honest, it ain't really funny.
Price on set.